Welcome to Alcalá de Henares. Today we're gonna take you into a tour to show you this little and beautiful town. We're gonna go from the center of the town to the urbanized streets. Alcalá de Henares is a city placed on the northeast of the municipality of Madrid, and it is 30 kilometers away from the center. The city was for a long time encapsulated in between the river Henares to the south and the Madrid-Barcelona railway to the north. However, the increase in population has forced the expansion of the urbanized area in the area between the railway and the motorway beyond. Alcalá de Henares is an interesting historical city from the Renaissance. The city counts with several doors as Puerta de Madrid or Puerta de Burgos. They exist because the city was surrounded by a wall, and those doors were the only way to go inside or outside the city. From that period, we have to highlight the University of Alcalá, made in 1499, and El Corral de las Comedias. Alcalá de Henares is the hometown of the famous Spanish writer Miguel de Cervantes, author of the Quijote. The center of the city remains essentially medieval, with many winding cobbled streets and many historic buildings. The old city center has been largely preserved, unlike the suburbs. There has been no clear planning by the city councillors regarding expansion, and the sprawling suburban areas are irregularly constructed. The buildings of Alcalá de Henares have a huge, diverse characteristics. The group in defense of historical heritage has drawn up a red list of Coupleton's heritage with 76 architectural jewels in danger due to their state of conservation. That includes military architecture and religious architecture. The city center surrounds the Plaza de Cervantes, and it is traversed by a long pedestrian main street called the Calle Mayor. The city includes the Moorish Quarter, the Jewish Quarter, and the Christian Quarter. These distinct neighborhoods have given Alcalá the reputation of the city of three cultures. We can also appreciate some of the most important buildings in the city. One of them is called Las Bernardas, and the other one is this one called the Cathedral Magistral, constructed between the 1497 and the 1514. As we finish with the center of Alcalá, we start the urban form of it. The differences between the buildings and the streets inside the center and the buildings and the streets outside the center is that as the city kept on growing, the buildings were built up higher and the streets were planned more narrow so it can fit everything inside of the city. And with that information, we finished this small tour in this little town.